Well, welcome back to another episode of the Wrestling Aroundup. And as it's our new show, joining me is world-class wrestling journalist Aaron Franklin. Aaron, how are we doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you, Ross?
I'm not too bad, thank you. I mean, I have a Sunday dinner and I feel like I want to pass out. So, we'll say if I collapse, you wear a big bang, it's because I fell off my chair. So, please keep an eye out.
Can't be any worse than Rob eating with bread, so...
Well, that is true. He's anything with gluten in. He's scared of wheat.
Well, who's Rob? Is he the guy who used to edit the show?
Yeah, he's the old editor. Terry Wheaters is scared of wheat. So.
Terry Wheaters, yeah.
Right, because he obviously listens to this. Next time he's on, I'm going to remind him to call him Terry Wheaters.
Terry Wheaters, yeah. Terry Wheaters.
Terry Wheaters. And you might have heard the dulcet tones of... world-renowned Scoop L.
Scoop L. I'm good, Ross, thanks, yeah.
How we doing, Scoops?
I just answered your question before you asked it. It's on that end of the game.
That's how good your Scoops are.
Scoops, yeah, salt was coming.
Exactly what's
going on. I do have some more, not exclusive, because I've stolen them off Twitter, but Scoops, all the same.
Do you want to scoop? You going to let us have a scoop now? Are you going to ease us in with a scoop, or are you going to sprinkle them out throughout the show?
No, yeah, I can go scoop. Yeah, I know the next guest on the Cultaholic Nashika podcast next week.
Who's that?
Oh, it's Lou Markup from the main Wrestling Around show.
Right. So not Scoop L.
No, different guy.
There'll be no scoops. Do you know what episode you're covering?
The night after Halloween Havoc 95. So greatest pay-per-view in wrestling history has just happened.
And is Hogan still mustacheless?
Yeah, he is, yeah. I believe he is, yeah. I don't know if he's on it, actually. I've not watched it yet. Should do that, really.
I always thought Hogan would be like... You ever seen like the Santa Claus movies where he's like initially becomes Santa Claus and he keeps shaving his beard and it like grows back in like 5 seconds? I just assumed that would be like Hulk Hogan's mustache.
Yeah, but racist.
Well, yeah. But yeah. Well, yeah. Cool. Moving on. Or it'd be like, have you seen that Family Guy where Tom Tucker gets sacked from the news network and he has to hand in his mustache?
Yeah, he did. Terry Balor did say that in his first. I'm not really second know about it, but his first one. I think his second one's called so, but his first one.
Sick.
It was called the Hollywood Hulk Hogan story. Yeah, he says that one day I'll just shave his mustache off and it'll just be Terry again. But I think he's way past that point now. Like he lives the game, brother, now.
Well, you don't want to be a jabroni Mac who's wet himself into a shoe.
You do.
The news. We're here for the news. Shall we do the main news? It's not the main news, but it's we need to talk about it. Seth Rollins was attacked on Raw. And have we heard the reason why he was attacked?
Yeah, because that was kind of my scoop.
Right, go on. All right. Let's go on, scoop out.
Well, the fella, I can't remember his name, but if I ever did know his name, I wouldn't say it. Because he wants you to go to his IG account, which we won't be providing. But he got catfished, didn't he? And got scammed out of money by someone pretending to be Seth Rollins. So I think he just thought, I want my fucking money back. I'll go attack him.
I'll batter you on TV?
Just take you out on TV. Because I assumed there'd be someone who was just trying to, they were living the gimmick a bit too much, and they thought, like, I'll attack him, and then Vince would be like, I like this guy's boxy.
So, like,
sign him up.
2K18, the storyline for 2K18.
Yeah, or Mickey James, or, there's all those types, isn't he? Rich Holland. Shows. Like,
Santino Marella, didn't he?
Yeah, everyone. Yeah. So I thought that's what they were doing. Yeah. So.
Right. Obviously don't want to praise the guy, but hell of a tackle.
Well, he had a hell
if you're going to do it, do it. Do you know what I mean? Let's not fanny about. Let's get in there. Not like the guy who got beat up by Kyoto and Triple H. He didn't barely get out on Austin, did he?
No, this guy, he was built like a gelatinous bowling ball.
Hell of a tackle, Rollins. Yeah. I mean, just go say that don't do it. Don't attack people. Wrestling's not real.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's the issue. Reiterate weirdly.
Yeah.
It's still real to most people, though. Damn it.
That case. We've all seen the meme, haven't we? I wonder what happened to it. The wrestling's still real to me, guy. With the glasses.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/Balnation, I think. I don't know.
I mean, there's other. Should we just talk about the famous fan attacks?
Yeah, let's do it. There's the Eddie Guerrero one.
Which is the Eddie Guerrero one?
Well, where the He was in a ladder match. I think it was a house show ladder match or something. He was on a ladder anyway.
Right.
No, it was on telly. It must have been on telly. But anyway, a guy came in to push him off while he was on the ladder. And obviously, in wrestling kayfabe, if you're on a ladder, you've got to stay on it until it lands.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But Eddie just jumped off, obviously, killing the gimmick.
Killing the business, Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, but probably for the best long term. He did that for his own health, like. But
there's that one in Germany, isn't they? Someone like Stone Cold that like Triple H just like suplexes him in a queue, they just sticks the boots in.
Yeah, and obviously there's the Bret Hart one with is it Josh Wilder? Just getting him in.
Wasn't that in the same arena? Or was it
Barclays Centre on it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we went to Raw at the Barclays Centre once, and I will say it is the worst crowd I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, it was. It was awful, wasn't it? We went to the Go Home show, didn't we? It was a terrible Raw.
It was terrible Raw, but just full of smarky bastards, wasn't it?
There's a moral of the story, though.
Go on.
Barclays Centre obviously need to employ better security.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what I thought, but apparently WWE security is backstage only, isn't it? And in the seats, it's just a regular
show second on it, yeah.
Yeah, stewards or whatever they are.
Yeah, because WWE security, they get beat up every week. They're useless anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like 10 of them.
Why did all the refs get sent out?
Yeah. Well, probably Michael Hayes came out, didn't he?
Cool.
Michael Hayes came out to see what was going on. That's when I guess that's when you know it's real, don't you? Like if it's a real security guard, it's fucking like Dave Finlay and that coming out, like Chevy yeah.
Hey, you telling me J&J security aren't real?
Probably not. That's what we're hearing. Well, Seth Rollins should have ditched him. Might have been all right then.
Yeah, well, just ridiculous. While we're on the fan attacks, my favourite one is it's like some indie show, and this guy he spits his chewy at this little girl, so that her dad just literally beats the crap out of him.
Yeah,
it's like a heel, and then someone goes to like high five him, and he goes to high five her back, and he moves out the way, and he just flings his chewy at her through the face. It's in like a gym.
I remember I was at when it was Defying Wrestling. I don't think he did it something similar, but Austin Aries having to go this little girl and the dad stepped in and it all kicked off. I don't think he got physical from what I could see, but I was on the other side of the building. But yeah. I guess it's that line between heel heat and
abusing little girls. Have we seen the Chavo Guerrero tweet?
Yeah.
You have. Well, I can't remember I can't find the exact tweet now, but it was along the lines. Do you remember when the wrestlers were tougher than the fans or something like that?
Yeah.
I'd love to see Chavo Guerrero, known for being a badass. I have to put that out there. Not known for being the lesser talented nephew of a brilliant wrestler. Don't think that no one's saying that, are we? I'd love to have seen what happens if he got attacked from behind by a man who was 3 times the size of him.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Chavo. Get a grip. I did like Sean, your personal friend, Scoop. Sean Rossap.
Sean Rossap, friend of the show. Although I refused to come on it when I asked him.
He quote tweeted it and said, "You are literally saying this to a company that has Brock Lesnar." That's one I've taken. I think it was Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, Riddle, and somebody else.
Shayna
Baszler and Gable Steveson.
Yeah.
So obviously badasses. I mean, that's like a handful of legit wrestlers, isn't it? Well, come on, Chavo. Get a grip, man.
I think he could handle himself for the little girl, though.
Backtracking
a little bit.
Maybe it was Chavo who spat the Cheerios, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't know who it was. Brian Zane shared it about 3 years ago, so find that. Go back through his tweets. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, that's enough of that, jackass. Survivor Series. That was this week.
It was a thing.
Have we watched it? I haven't.
No.
I watched it, yeah.
What did you make of it?
Yeah, it was all right, wasn't it? Just didn't matter, did it?
Was it?
By the end of, Raw the next day, it just didn't matter. They built up the Rock the entire time he wasn't there.
There was an egg? Was there an egg or something?
Yeah, that was quite good, actually. It obviously boosted Reigns, didn't it? But Vince was back.
Vince was back. I saw Vince was back with a gold egg.
And he comes out and he's just got, everyone's like, whoa, yeah, Vince, like all the wrestlers are still there. And then he goes back in and he pulls an egg out. And then like they're all just silent, and he just goes, "Come on," and everyone cheers again, and like someone starts going, "Egg, egg, egg." Then later on the night, he realizes, he's weird. He has a weird promo with Roman Reigns where he's like, "Oh, The Rock got me this egg," and it's Cleopatra's egg from this film Red Notice. If anyone's seen it,
The Rock's in on Netflix.
Yeah, I watched it last night. It's quite good actually.
Is it? Was it better than Survivor Series?
It's your standard Rock film. Really, that's what it is. The Rock plays The Rock in it. Ryan Reynolds plays Ryan Reynolds.
Right, so the Rock is like a secret agent who's obviously hands nails, and Ryan Reynolds plays like a smart aleck.
Yeah, basically that's it. Yeah,
cool. Yeah,
and then Gal Gadot's in there as well, just doing Gal Gadot things. And
have you seen that picture? And it's like 8 different things with the Rock, and it was like, believe it or not, these are all 8 different films, and he's like wearing the same thing in every single one.
Yeah, but he's good at what he does, isn't he? Clearly.
Obviously, yeah, just a big lad who wears like them like safari shirts and
tight safari shirts, basically.
Yeah,
that was what it was, yeah. But it's quite good. It's a classic. I'm sure sometimes it's just a parody because it just kind of it references like other films and stuff. But anyway, it's quite good. But yeah, anyway, the egg gets stolen, and then it moves on to Raw the next night, and it turns out that Austin Theory's stolen it. Oh, because Vince is like, "I'll reward whoever finds whoever stolen the egg." So Sami Zayn goes, it was this guy, Austin Theory. But then Vince admires his moxie, gives him a title shot instead against Big E.
Sami Zayn is the new number 1 contender to Roman Reigns.
Then he won the Battle Royal, didn't he, to win that? Yeah.
This is why I hate the internet, right? Everybody for ages has been saying how good Sami Zayn is and deserves to have a shot. And then he wins the Battle Royal to have a shot at Roman Reigns, and everyone's crying because it wasn't Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, it's because they made it look like Jeff Hardy had won it. But to be fair, Jeff Hardy had already won a match that night. The weirdest thing about SmackDown, I guess, that was Survivor Series.
Just don't know what else happened.
Becky Lynch versus Charlotte's worth watching because I think it was they wrestled it on purpose to make it look like they were shooting at each other.
Right.
So there was lots of like dodgy 2 counts and stuff, and it was quite good. Like it looked like they didn't trust each other. Like I'm assuming it was just a really good work, but it was quite a good shoot fight type thing. The rest of the night was it was all right, but they're mad at it. The main event between Roman and Big E was quite disappointing. Actually, it's quite planned. It wasn't really a breakout match.
It's going to hit. I'm just going to reference back to Jeff Hardy.
Go on.
For all the Jeff Hardy fanboys, and just get used to it. He's never having another major title.
I don't think he'll be there much longer.
It's not fun, isn't
it? WWE will not put a major title on it.
But where does it stop, right? I'm just going to have a go at the internet again here. Let's stop bringing in legends and let's push young stars. Oh, but Jeff Hardy, who's been wrestling for 25 years, let's make him champion.
Yeah, I saw someone today was like, WWE buries all the legends except for Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, and he pushed too much or something. And I was like, what do you want? just stop, please.
Want the title on Ric Flair?
Ric Flair's like banging on about how he's quit WWE completely now, and his he wants if he died tomorrow, he'd want AEW to celebrate his legacy, and not WWE.
That's because Ric Flair wants a job.
Yeah.
As is Mick Foley.
Yeah,
Mick Foley's gagging for a job, isn't he?
Mick Foley, absolute sellout, Mick Foley.
Good luck to him. The thing is, like, it is WCW in that sense, isn't it? Because they're just signing anyone, they'll give them all the money. Like, we'll get onto it in the pay-per-view that we're doing on Wednesday. There's a lot of just old WWF guys that WCW did not need to sign who are on that show. Like, I guess AEW might go the same way.
Did you, just to go back to the jumping all of this excitement in notes, Survivor Series? Did you know apparently the rumor? I mean, it's according to Meltzer, so it's probably full of shit. Was apparently they planned all that thinking they would get The Rock, and then the film company said, "No, you can't have him. He needs to do this."
He was in LA, but he needs to quarantine because of his filming schedule.
Is that what it was then? So he had to quarantine and then they'd already agreed a contract to promote the film. So they had to do it anyhow.
Yeah, I think that's
what I heard.
That's what Andrew Zarian said, because he said like by September they knew that The Rock wasn't going to be on there. But then his friend of the show, Sean Ross Sapp, said, "Why couldn't you just done like a little video like he did for Ken Shamrock on TNA?" So The Rock's made more appearances in TNA this year than he has WWE.
I guess because would that have been worse though if they'd done a
video? TNA put him on the pre-show. The disrespect.
TNA,
they got a video message. They got a video message from The Rock, and they put it on the goddamn pre-show. They didn't put it on the main show.
Love that from TNA. Well, or what they call Impact Big League in The Rock.
Never wrestled for him. Who is it? Just a random dude.
Who's this guy?
Well, yeah, he inducted Ken Shamrock into the Hall of Fame.
He did.
Impact, yeah.
We've also had speaking of Hall of Fame, we've had Indie Wrestling Hall of Fame. Is it Jerry Lynn was the first guy put into it?
Makes sense. He's been all in indie shows.
I think it was him. I might have been talking out my ass.
No, that rings a bell. It was him and someone else.
It looked like him on the photo.
Yeah, no, I believe it was. I think I saw that. I can't remember who's hosting it. Was it GCW? Seems like the sort of thing they do.
GCW as well. Then. Well, we're just jumping around a bit. Sold out the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Yeah, good for them.
And I think that it's like the record amount of people or something.
They've got more seats there apparently. Yeah,
more than WWE and more than ECW. So good for GCW
and Ring of Honor. Yeah, I think they've got like over two. The first one to get over 2,000 there. Hopefully, it's been done safely.
I know that's what you think.
There is a vaccine mandate, isn't there, in New York? So I guess it will be, but. Just hopefully it's not one of those chaotic ones where people turn up and it's hang on, my seats don't exist.
Yeah, and you like squat all they've got people standing there, everyone's like squat.
But I guess they're not going to have a big elaborate stage. Like even ECW One Night Stand, there was more stage in there than you would get for a typical indie show, aren't they? Like with the commentators booth and stuff. So I imagine if they just got like, if they just had the wrestlers come straight through the crowd, no entrance way, be alright, wouldn't it? Be a laugh.
Would love that.
Yeah, be fun.
What else have we got in the news? Jerry Lawler. Have we read what Jerry Lawler's saying? He finds WWE hard to watch.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I mean, it's the most non-committal sentence ever from Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler, WWE is sometimes sort of hard to watch.
Well, it's just long, isn't it?
I think it's always hard to watch because it's just boring.
I agree. It's too long in it, and that's what makes it boring.
Yeah.
Raw. I still think SmackDown's great.
It's
easy 2 hours to watch.
Do you feel like through SmackDown you could fast forward 90% of the show up to the Becky Lynch parts and the Roman Reigns parts?
No, I think with SmackDown there's not too much filler. Some of the storylines are a bit repetitive. Like why have you got Shinsuke in a tag feud when he's in the Continental Champion? You know what I mean? Like there's little things like that. But for the most part, I found myself just kind of, oh shit, like I'm an hour and a half into this. You know, without even trying. Whereas like Raw just drags on because it's just the same amount of segments. Just they're all like 20 minutes, aren't they? And even with Survivor Series, right? It was 3.5 hours. I think it was Alvarez who tweeted there was an hour and a half of non-wrestling on the show, which is just too long. There was like 25 minutes in between two matches because they give like full entrances to men's Survivor Series teams. Like it was just very odd pacing on that show. That was it. Survivor Series I wouldn't recommend watching Survivor Series. Like it was all right, but
I don't think I've got that.
It's just a throwaway pay-per-view nowadays, isn't it? There's no build up.
Yeah, it could be so good, but they just can't be asked, can they?
Yeah, they just need to change the format of it, though. They need to stop doing Raw versus SmackDown. They've even had to start, because they have so many Raw versus SmackDown matches anyway, they've even had to stay, it's a time when the Raw and SmackDown champions go head-to-head rather than just saying, it's the one time a year when Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head, because it happened the Monday before, because the user just randomly popped up.
Yeah, split the brands properly.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because WWE can't long-term book, and then it reminded me of a tweet I saw, and it was somebody saying, WWE are the worst. They don't do any long-term booking. They already know who Roman Reigns is going to face at next two WrestleManias. Take from that what you will. They don't long-term book, but they book Roman Reigns for 2 years.
Yeah, I think other than Roman, they've not really got anything planned there, have they? I think that's the issue. Yeah. Like that Bloodline storyline seems to have always keep itself intriguing. Brock Lesnar's coming out next week. I guess that's a big deal.
Yeah, and Edge, he said he wants another go with Jeff Hardy, didn't he? So,
yeah, but they're on different brands now.
I know, but it depends on Jeff Hardy's contract. I don't think he'll re-sign. I don't
know, because I was watching. I'm only like 10 minutes into it, but I started watching his Broken Skull sessions today.
Is it worth watching?
And he seems pretty like up on the company. Do you know what I mean? Like not as in like Matt Hardy. I think it's more likely that Matt Hardy goes back for one more run because his AEW doesn't seem to be that popular, does it?
No. And we'll get on to that in a second, how well they've done making the jump from WWE to AEW. I'll just a few headlines I've just seen here, which Undertaker thinks Omos is the closest thing WWE has come to a new Andre the Giant. So take from that what you will.
Yeah, untalented, big man.
I saw that, yeah, because everyone was like, "Oh, never be another Andre," but Andre would get slated if he existed in this time.
Andre was a French Carly, wasn't he?
Yeah, just like obviously he was charismatic, wasn't he? More so than Greg Khali, but I can't imagine like the internet being very kind to Andre the Giant if he existed in this day and age.
Oh God, no. Absolutely not.
And there's another one: Roman Reigns leaving WWE. Has anyone seen that?
Is this for films?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Although I need to apologise to my mate Phil now because I told him he was going to AEW.
Reigns?
Yeah.
Phil listens. Phil, that's your apology.
Sorry, Phil. I'm gonna shoot on Phil right now.
Go on.
Because I had to go to the office at midnight on Friday to help him get his car out because he didn't have his car parked past the room. Anyway, right.
That's sick, Phil.
Come on, Phil.
Come on, do better. I can see Reigns going. He's a good-looking fella, isn't he? Is he the new Brock?
I was in bed with us. Anyway, is he rumored to be in not like a Marvel film, but I saw he was rumored to be. Is it Craven? No, there's one of the Spider-Man guys.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, essentially. Do we need another Rock though? Because he's just another Rock, isn't he?
I was going to say, do we need another Jason Momoa?
All that, yeah.
That is Reigns somewhere like in between here. You know, like the evolutionary chain.
I think
it's like Rock, Reigns, Momoa.
I'd want to encourage it because it's like you're the star factor, really, aren't you? And like, where all these guys, they're all coming from the same place. We'll go check it out, kind of thing. Like,
yeah, but you think if they take Roman Reigns off TV, they
need to start building other people up. But I think the problem with WWE is like when The Rock left, they're like, right, we don't want anyone else doing this kind of thing. We'll just kind of we'll make WWE the big draw rather than the stars themselves.
But I think
you're hot to, aren't you? If you've even now if they put Cena on a card, they'll sell like an extra 2,000 or 3,000 tickets.
Yeah, but
get your wrestlers over. Because they had Roman Reigns on Fallon and stuff last week. Then they need to do more of that, I think.
It sounds like they're trying with Big E. He seems to be popping up everywhere, doesn't he?
As a boxing fan, I should be sick of seeing him.
He's on everything. I had chance such American stuff. I normally skip through the intros. But I think he's carrying. It's like the new. Is it Drake, where everyone he supports loses?
Yeah.
So he carries the belts for everyone, then lose.
Yeah, you'll never beat Triple H that Floyd Mayweather fight where you had to fight that guy to get on camera.
And he pushed the guy out of the way, didn't
he? Literally pushed the guy out of the way so he could get on camera. I can't find it on YouTube. I know I was looking for that clip of the week.
Classic Triple H.
Yeah.
I think we've done most of the news. Can we think of anything else? Nothing else interesting.
Did you want to talk about the AEW guys, Ross? Oh, Johnny Gargano signed a week-long contract.
To the end after War Games, isn't it? So we'll see then. I don't even know anything about War Games, so I can't.
Basically, they're doing new school versus old school.
Is it the Diamond Mine? Did I see the Diamond Mine were doing something? Oh, they're not.
Oh, no. Roderick Strong is in a cruiserweight title match with Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy's actually like 240 pounds, but his gimmick is like he's a politically correct guy.
Right.
So he was saying that Roderick Strong was fat shaming him.
Yeah, so he's got a cruiserweight.
Yeah.
I think they're going to put it on that.
Yeah, so they're gonna Oklahoma him and give him the title. But yeah.
I thought it was interesting with the AEW and the WWE guys who've gone to AEW because Adam Cole was trending. He's been trending for like 3 weeks on my interest page on Twitter. And it's just said, I can't find the tweet now because it's trending about something else now. Oh, here it is. I've never seen a bigger downgraded booking than Adam Cole. And it shows some pictures of what he was doing in NXT. So one with Triple H and one with Keith Lee when they had the title match. And it shows him dressed as Ghostbusters and celebrating with or doing something with Orange Cassidy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
I was just interested because obviously it's not worked, has it, for Adam Cole? But
there's so much potential for him as well. What we could do with this storyline. I think AEW are just going to drop the ball here big time.
But they're not the first. It's not the first one, is it? I'm just like I think. No, we've said it on this show. CM Punk maybe dropped the ball with him. They haven't really done that.
Well, they're finally putting with MJF now, aren't they?
So, no, you don't care, do you?
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like anyone who was kind of just tuned in to see him would have kind of probably tuned out already. Like after he wrestled, like I don't know. I always pick on Daniel Garcia, but like who the fuck cares about Daniel Garcia? Repeat it. But yeah, I think with the Adam Cole one, it just feels a bit because I had a long argument with this guy on. Well, it was quite a friendly discussion back and forth about. I always say Adam Cole should have signed chanced on the main roster. He was like, no, I should have gone to AEW. And then he treated me like a 2 months later and was like, oh, who do you think was right? And I was like, I don't actually know.
Is there anybody who's done better? Because the narrative, isn't it? I'm not getting used in WWE properly. I'll move to AEW where they'll know what to do with me. But has anybody elevated themselves from the position WWE to AEW? Because I'm not Chris Jericho. Yeah, but Chris Jericho's already a legend, wasn't he?
It was, but it wasn't being used to his potential. I think WWE dropped the ball big time with him. With the Oliver and Kevin Owens feud.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Should have been the world title picture match.
We've spoken about this. And that's when he spat his dummy out, wasn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gone across to AEW and he made AEW, really, didn't
he? Yeah.
If it wasn't for Chris Jericho, AEW would have probably gone flat on its face.
I think it'd have been another indie fed, wouldn't it? It'd have been sort of Ring of Honor size.
No one else would have come. Wouldn't have signed many other these WWE wrestlers because I don't think they'd be around.
I guess John Moxley, he's sort of been booked better.
Yeah, it was weird.
But he was already a top guy, kind of, wasn't he?
No, I think it slipped. I think WWE lost faith in Dean Ambrose. There was because when they did the first brand, the second brand split in like 2016, wasn't it? Just after the WrestleMania we went to. Yeah, that night we're all three of the Shield champion on the same night, and Ambrose left with it. Then he was on the Stone Cold podcast, wasn't he? That kind of went wrong, but I remember Stone Cold being like, "So I guess you're the guy on SmackDown now. They're building it around you," and he just never felt like he did. I feel like 2 or 3 months later, they were actually AJ Styles is probably the guy we want to build this brand around.
Well, he had that strange feud with Ziggler, didn't he? It was his first
world title feud. Yeah. And he had that. The one with Styles was very entertaining with the James Ellsworth stuff. It was hilarious at the time.
He's been booked quite well.
I'd say he's one where he's
grown.
Yeah, he's been more what he should have been on SmackDown when he first got drafted.
Who else has gone over? I mean, let's not even talk about Ty Dillinger. He was useless and WWE's useless. He's got the West. The chairman, come on.
Yeah. Bryan Danielson, quite like an AEW.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's had long enough yet.
Because I was a bit miffed that he was even put in the world title picture at WrestleMania this year. I feel like he needed to do something else. The story was there, Edge and Roman. It didn't need Daniel Bryan.
Did they not trust Edge, though?
I don't know. I think they might be trying to keep Bryan in the company. Give him a world title picture, but yeah, you could have gone a different way. You could have got a different thing out of that. It could have been a big match with someone like Jey Uso.
Did they not trust Edge? He was in that 50-minute match with Randy Orton at WrestleMania. He didn't have the greatest match ever with Randy Orton. Yeah, he did get injured after that, but then they put him in the Royal Rumble for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's not like he was wrestling, was
it? It might have been a backup because he'd been injured twice. Yeah,
I
don't know, but I mean,
just
it's need it. He's probably had match of the year with Seth Rollins in the Hell in a Cell.
He's as good as he's ever been, isn't he? Edge, I think.
Yeah.
I just find it. You said Matt Hardy. He's arguably he's a manager these days, isn't he?
He hasn't done anything good since Impact, so has he really?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he went across to do the book and stuff again because he didn't really work in WWE. And then he kind of sacked it off in AEW as well, didn't he?
Well, he was unlucky on it because he was doing it in the pandemic, and I think that needs a crowd.
I think it was done. It was almost like like a viral thing that there's a meme that goes viral, and 2 years later, the guy's on I'm releasing a single about it now, or something like that. Yeah, no one cares, mate. It's over.
I mean, there's no need to personally attack £1 fish guy.
Fucking salt basin. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like that type of thing where everyone's going mad for it, and someone tries to capitalize. Like Ronnie Pickering, when he comes into the club appearance 6 years later, no man, literally your time is over now. Just stop, please. But I almost, in a sad way, I don't like saying this about Matt Hardy because it was hilarious and it was great when it came out. But it was done, wasn't it? It was dead on arrival.
Well, it was dead in WWE.
Yeah.
When they rehashed it in WWE.
It would have been better if WWE gave it a go, but maybe they were just going off the ratings. Like if people were turning off, then you can't do it, can you?
Well, I thought they should have brought him in with it because he was sort of doing normal Matt Hardy with weird broken gimmick when he first came in, and then
that was the time to do it just straight away.
Apparently it was due to copyright with Impact.
Oh, of course it was. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Is that why he was Woken? They could have Woken, though.
No, they chose to do Woken just so he could keep Broken or something.
Right.
That was a choice between them two. But apparently, he wasn't allowed to act as the character because
Anthem
around it.
Yeah, no parody. That's how easily we got away with the BWO.
Yeah, WWE. I got to get away with parody.
Who else is going to cross? Rusev or Miro, as he's now called. He seems to be finally doing something. But again, is he above where he was?
He's a mid-carder. He was a mid-carder, so he's literally made an improvement on his career whatsoever.
Agreed.
I'm not being funny. He's not one of these guys you think, you're going to watch this pay-per-view because Miro's on it.
No. I mean, for him, he could have, when he was doing all that stuff, when he had the tank and that, and he was Bulgarian, but he did something with Russia.
Yeah.
When he lost, did he lose to Cena?
Yeah. But that's what those characters are meant for, aren't they?
I know,
they're meant to lose to the American hero.
I know they're meant to lose, but he could have had a run as that would have been the time for him to be the heel champ.
Yeah.
If you're ever going to put a world title on Rusev, it was then, wasn't it?
Or Rusev Day.
Yeah, Rusev Day. It was just. It could have just won that. It could have just won that fatal four-way for the US title. Rusev Day. That'd been fine.
Yeah, because who won it? And then they lost it pretty much straight away.
Jinder, and he lost it on Raw the next night.
Yeah. Just do it on Rusev. Who else? The Revival or FTR now? I mean, they went over to be main eventers, and I mean, they're not, are they? Exactly where they was.
No, they're probably getting the better matches. They're probably on the same level of the card as they always were, but they're probably getting better matches because that's what they enjoy. They're probably getting better tag team matches than you would get in WWE. Like when was the last great WWE tag team match that didn't involve the Usos on New Day? I don't think it's happened, has it?
No, you're going back to NXT and they probably all involved the Revival, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there was the one that's I really enjoyed it's ages ago now. Mustache Mountain versus Undisputed Era.
Yeah, but again, that was NXT, on main roster,
not main roster.
WWE. I think you've had the Usos and what they call the New Day. Other than that, there's not really been a lot.
The bar did all right, but again, you're talking 3 years ago, aren't you? The bar.
Yeah.
It seems like it wasn't that long ago, but it was absolutely, isn't it? Who else is?
Dustin Rhodes.
He's had another good go, hasn't he, Dustin Rhodes?
He's probably putting on better matches now than what he did 5-10 years ago in WWE.
Yeah.
He's a bit like he's a bit like Edge, isn't he? Taking a couple of years away, sorted his body out. He's now putting on some fantastic matches.
And I think it was good for him to get away from Goldust. I mean, I know that's what he's famous for, but you're locked into a certain type of match, aren't you, if you're Goldust?
So it's just a comedy card to in WWE. Yeah.
He's doing all that stuff with our Truth, wasn't he? And Golden Truth and all that.
It's great though.
Which did bring us Breezango. So because they were sort of feuding with each other. We all knew it was going to get together, but then they brought out Tyler Breeze and Fandango as their own partners. And then them two turned on them, and that's how we got Breezango and the Fashion Police.
I don't remember that. But yeah. Good stuff.
That was the best thing to come out of Golden Truth. I just found it's interesting. What's AW? Is it 2 years old now? And it's the saviour. Oh, everyone. I mean, I'm just slagging it off to them. They'll say it's the saviour when really wrestlers are going across where they are.
Yeah, I think some have been better than others, but yeah, some of the same, aren't they? There's not many people who've, other than Cody, who's probably booked himself there, who've got further up the card than they would have been.
I'd be interested to see as well if there was any AEW top stars to go to WWE and see.
Well, it must be happening soon because the Young Bucks have just signed a contract to the AEW, which is obviously no surprise.
No.
But obviously, if they're signing them, does that mean there's other contracts expiring soon?
Yes.
Yeah. Was there a lot of them with 3-year deals? So maybe next year.
Yeah. Chris Jericho is going back to WWE. You heard it here first.
Yeah, I think that one's pretty.
I think he'll go back and he'll be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think that's good. And you'll probably get a network Jericho podcast on the WWE network. I think something like that. But I'm real curious. I'd love to have seen like Omega in WWE.
Well, I don't think we'll ever see it now.
Well, there's rumours, isn't there? AJ Styles isn't going to re-sign, and he's apparently AEW inbound, as everyone keeps saying.
Yeah. I could sort of see it with him as well, in a way. With Daniel Bryan, he was like, I've only got a few years left. It's now or never. Yeah. And he's done everything. Maybe AJ Styles has done everything. But it's that thing again, isn't it? Of like, he's what, like 43, 44 now?
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you want from WWE? Everyone's been always saying like, push young stars, and then no one's watching NXT now. It's all young guys again. And, then you complain that AJ Styles and stuff's been buried because or misused, and Jeff Hardy and everyone, they're the same age. That's mad that they're the same age, by the way. But yeah, which way do you want it?
Yeah, how do you want to do it?
You can't have everyone as a main eventer. You can't.
No.
Well, this is what I was interested to see how AEW would do it, and I remember bringing this up when everyone was jumping across. Somebody has to lose.
Yeah, I think what's quite interesting about AEW, which WWE don't do, is sometimes if WWE take out the main storyline, you just on telly, having random matches are. Whereas AEW just seems to take you off wholesale. Like, they'll put you on Dark or something, but that don't really count, does it?
No.
But do you know what I mean? Like, if you're not in a main storyline, you're not on telly for the most part for AEW. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
I think you don't need to see people in the rips. When you see people in the rips, they're no longer special. So I think if you're not doing it, you keep them on telly. Then when they come back, everyone loves a comeback, don't they?
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a wrestling comeback?
Yeah.
When you hadn't seen somebody for a couple of months and then the music hits and you're like, oh my God, they're back.
Yeah. Because I just think with WWE, it's, I prefer WWE overall to AEW to get out of there. But sometimes, it's like, okay, it's the same guys wrestling again. Like, how many Boogs and Nakamura versus Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo do I need? Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, WWE have something. They run with it. They wrestle 15 times in every different sort of way they can. Especially if it's a tag team, singles, on whatever. And you're a heel and you're a heel. Yeah, two different feuds, but cool. We'll just bang it together anyhow. We'll have another tag match. 3-on-3. They'll be good. It starts off as 2-on-2. What, you two have run out as well? Yeah. Well, I'm not going to punish you. I'm just going to show you in the match. So yeah, that was far. That's Raw. That is every Raw storyline ever. And then the women are best friends, and now we split.
Yeah,
that's every storyline ever. I just found it interesting the parallels, because there is some to WCW and there is some to like in the Monday Night Wars, people moved across. It's like when the Radicals moved across, who really changed their position? Benoit was already sort of floating near the top.
Yeah.
So Eddie Guerrero, and he wasn't up there for that long.
No.
And it's the same with the ones who go the other way. The top stars at the top, and then Virgil was carried on being Virgil.
God, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? People have their position, and then they go back to it, don't they?
Well, it's hard to in a kayfabe way, isn't it, of kind of presenting a jobber as anything but a jobber when they move across again.
Well, unless you do something like Matt Cardona, who I think has been a bit of a revelation since he's left.
Yeah.
But if he went to AEW, well, he did go to AEW, but then he didn't sound with it.
Yeah.
But then he's Matt Cardona, he's Zack Ryder, yeah, he's a jobber. But now he's at GCW. You hear about him holding all these belts and stuff. A bit like Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I was going to say him, yeah.
They then come back after everyone's heard the rumours, because nobody watches GCW, the fans do, but not as many people do. So you hear stuff about them, and then they come back and you're like, oh, well, this guy's been absolutely killing it over there. I haven't seen any of it, but I'm well into it now. And that's how you get them.
Mm-hmm. I'll go to Japan, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
In more normal times.
Yeah, it's like McIntyre. He left a boy, and he came back a band. He came back and everyone wanted him in the title picture straight away.
Yeah, the beard.
Whereas when he left, he was in 3MB.
Yeah,
don't forget that, because he was winning titles elsewhere, wasn't he?
It's a good. They use that story so much now that they must be kind of sending the message to people that they've released, because they did it with Lashley as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
They did. I think. Oh, you didn't watch the Pharisees, but they had like a weird promo, because we get these weird promos now when people on the free version of Peacock are getting adverts.
Right.
We just get like a 90-second Bobby Lashley video or something, but It was all the same thing for Drew and Bobby of like, oh, I got released and I made myself on the Indies and I came back kind of thing. Did it for both of them, so.
Which for them
that must be their way of defending themselves against releasing so many young people with so much potential.
Like
Swerve Scott, can't get over it. Why?
And it makes sense to them, doesn't it? I'm not going to pay you to sit here and get better. I'm going to get rid of you. You're going to go elsewhere and get better. I'm going to reap all the rewards later on.
Yeah, but now it's a viable competitor, isn't there? Like, can you see like Adam Cole? Well, you might see Adam Cole going back if he's not doing anything in AEW.
Money talks.
Yeah, money talks, but then it should. Yeah, it should development as well, isn't it? AEW doesn't releasing people. Right.
Not yet, but I think we'll see it, won't we, at some point.
Tell you one person who kind of did make a bigger leap when he moved across WCW to WF was Chris Jericho.
Yeah. Yeah, he went from
nothing
title.
Really.
Yeah.
And he went straight into having matches with The Rock.
Yeah. The only time we didn't really mix it with main event was that thing with Goldberg, wasn't it? They didn't really have a payoff.
Well, he intentionally got squashed, didn't he? Or it was meant to be. But I don't think did they have a match in the end?
I don't know.
I can't remember. We'll find it if we did. We'll do it.
I don't know. I think it might have been on Thunder if they did one.
Yeah.
Or something crap like that. Yeah, Jericho's he's the blueprint, isn't he, of how to go across to a company and elevate yourself and do better. But then, Jericho, I know we're saying, how do you put somebody in who's a jobber, but he's a cruiserweight coming in and you put him against a Rock straight away and you think, Jesus Christ, this guy's a big deal, isn't he?
Mm. But they made it feel like a big deal back in the day, didn't they?
Yeah, do you know what? We don't have vignettes like that anymore, do we? How good was Jericho?
Well, you do have the vignettes, but then you just get released before the debut, don't
you? Vince Jones spends all his money on an egg and then can't afford any wrestlers. So.
Good. Should have brought Undertaker out. He was going to be the Eggman, wasn't
he? Yeah.
So that was serious next. It's the thing,
It's fitting, yeah.
Yeah, that was just, we haven't seen out like that, have we? You know, when you used to just get random things. We started with a hacker, that never really paid out, did it? And he came back and went, almost not really, oh yeah, by the way, I'm the hacker that you all forgot about.
Yeah, have you seen the Xia Li ones now? They're quite interesting.
No, is she going to the main roster?
Yeah. But it's like a comic book. I mean, a lot of it's very much like Shang-Chi. But yeah, it's quite interesting, quite a different way of introducing someone. Like an ancient legend kind of thing.
Did Rich Holland have any promos? I don't know if Sheamus' mate.
No, he just came up and was like, yeah, I love Sheamus. And also, they got rid of his fucking music because he just got Sheamus' music. Oh, and he lost his debut to Cesaro.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I am giving the context. He said, he's lost, and then he moved on. Yeah. He won great.
Future world champion, Rich Holland.
Yeah, but he got kicked out of the rugby league for fighting too much.
Is that what I said? Oh, that's because he got released by Halifax.
Yeah. No, it's because he was reckless and he was fighting too much.
Oh, that's reckless. Right. Have we got any more new? Oh, yeah. What am I saying? Snakeskin series.
Snakeskin series happened to us. Oh, what a night.
What happened? It was
action.
Vince take Wrestling Around Originals.
Yeah.
What happened?
If the Vinces won, we would have been Vincing around this podcast.
The whole landscape of Wrestling Around Wrestling Federation Weekly Wednesday Wrestlings could have been changed.
Well, let's start from the beginning. Obviously, in the opening match, the Big Boss McMahon defeated Ann McManderson. So he's got himself a job no matter what now.
Everyone listening, just watch on a Wednesday. It makes sense. It all makes sense.
Ann McManderson, and then
but Finn Balor interfered in that match.
Yeah, the actual Finn Balor interfered.
He's sick of Vin Balor.
Sick of the parodies. Yeah, the actual Finn Balor interfered, laid him out, and
will he be going for the henchman title? Is he eligible?
Or it's not henchman. It's not henchman.
No, but is it going to be like a?
He's going to have to be in Luke Gallows' corner, and that's the only way he can do it. Really, maybe Luke Gallows needs to get back in the henchman title picture. He's not been there for a while.
He's the world's greatest henchman.
Yeah, he is. Well, he ain't there, is he? It's a Big Boss Man right now.
Big Boss Man.
It's a solid 3 stars, by the way.
3 stars. Yeah, that's. I think that's the Big Boss Man's best rating actually, because he's not been doing very good.
No,
he's not had any very good matches recently. I can't remember what else happened there.
It's good job I've got a rundown then.
Because you've got a world-class wrestling journalist on the show, isn't it?
I presented it. I can't remember what happened.
So we had the Bobs, which is obviously Bob Ollie and Bob Ross versus the Herd Business.
Oh yeah, this was the match that got moved off TV the week before because we didn't have time for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Was this for the tag titles? Was number one contenders match?
No, it was the first of 2 tag titles matches. Right.
What would have happened if the Bobs won this match then?
They just got in a title match.
The Bobs with every remember Bob Holly won the Bob in the Bank.
Yeah, just ruins everything, Bob Holly. You weren't even meant to be in this match. This is meant to be the Gorillas on it, but whatever. It's fine. It wasn't. The Herd Business won.
Herd Business returned. 2.5 stars. It's an all right match.
Yeah, it was 2.5
stars. 2.5 stars for a Bob Holly match. Not bad.
Elimination tables match on it. It was I can't know what else happened that well after that.
So the corn with the sides, gravy and beans, versus McMahon Ford for the KFC title.
Yeah.
This is a very short match.
Oh, the corn just like ripped, didn't he?
Big fans.
Absolutely destroyed. It was a squash match, basically. I want to give him all the star, personally, for me. Just absolutely destroyed him.
1.5 stars.
1.5 stars, yeah. Good squash match, but a squash match all the same. But he's a KFC champion.
The car keeps on. Montez Ford was the KFC champion.
No, McMontez Ford was.
But McMontez Ford was the KFC champion.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, wasn't it a ladder match? Crown jewels.
So then next up was Randy Hogan versus Hondi Savage.
Yeah.
Randy Hogan won. 3-star match.
Yeah, it was alright. It was an unadvertised match. That one.
Back to winning ways. The original Wrestling Around Wrestling Federation champion. He famously beat Terry Peters. He was booked terribly after that.
Yeah, lost the count, didn't he? But it was rumored they were going to have some sort of Randy faction up against the Three Kings at Wrestle Around Games. But we've cancelled Wrestle Around Games with no explanation.
Why is that?
Just didn't fit the creative plans, bro.
Right, okay, yeah.
No war games. Kept too soon after Survivor Series, that makes sense.
So up to this point, we're probably averaging 2.5 stars for the night. This is where the show takes a drastic turn. So next up, we have
hopefully for the best.
Yeah. We have Big V versus Colonel Sanders versus McHonker versus Michael Buffer versus Vincera versus Rand versus McMishi versus Randy Anderson.
Big match.
Was this the Immunity Battle Royal?
Immunity Battle Royal, but obviously it's Wrestle Around rules, so it's first blood instead of throwing the top rope. That's what you're going to do.
Yes.
It was a big match. Huge match.
Yeah, everyone thought Big V was going to win it. Everyone was quite surprised when he got eliminated.
Yeah.
And,
Rand won.
Fucking Rand. He just wants to grill.
Fucking Rand ruins everything.
5 stars.
5 stars. Wow. Yeah, it was dramatic.
It'd have probably been 4, but Rand won, so it was 5 stars.
And then he went back to his Thanksgiving cookout, didn't he? And watched football again, like with all his American friends. Rand.
Big fans of Rand in the chat.
Yeah, not some people hate Rand.
Polarizing figure Rand, didn't he?
Yeah, he's the John Cena of Wrestling Around.
He once ruined a full Wednesday. His debut broke the internet.
Yeah, it did. It literally broke the system, didn't it, Rand? There you go.
To do. So next up, we had Kevin Snash and Scott Hall Vince versus the Herd Business for tag team titles, and it was a steel cage match.
Of course, yeah. It's just about it. It's snakes and it's at the end of it. The invasion angle.
Herd Business won.
Herd Business won.
And it was a 4-star match.
Herd Business, the new tag champs then.
Because fucking Business Pig did one early doors.
So it was exactly like the Dudleys versus Hardys.
Well, and then Business Horse dived off the top of the cage twice. Missed both times, but luckily you could win anyway. It was
Business Horse, future Wrestling Around Wrestling Federation world champion.
Wow, that's a
Business Horse. He's got it in him. He's like Big E, isn't he? You know what I mean? He's in a tag team at the minute, but he's super talented.
Yeah, but we'll see.
So then we went on to the main event, and there was a bit of controversy in this match. So we had Terry Peters, Samoa Joe, the Burger King, and the Big Metal Gorilla versus VM Punk, Vinske, Papa McShango, and Snake Vin Pants.
Snake Vin Pants.
Tim Katzen. Still wearing the Vince Championship, which I can announce has been officially recognised by the world.
Christ.
The Wrestling Around Wrestling Federation.
So I didn't write many notes for this match. I just wrote Terry Peters as a jerk, and I'm pretty sure I saw him touch a boy on his way out.
Oh, yeah. Well, he turned on Team Wrestling Around, didn't he?
This was the match. This was the winner takes it all. The brawl for it all, wasn't it?
Brawl turned it all, yeah.
Terry Peters let down his team.
Turned and walked out when there was no counting out, so he got pinned on the stage. That's what happened there.
He's an absolute ball, that's all.
Yeah. Just knocked everyone off, then he laid everyone out and then walked out.
Yeah.
So will he get any comeuppance from Team Wrestling Around?
Well, I can officially announce that he's going 3-on-1 against the rest of Team Wrestling Around this Wednesday.
Hopefully it's in a steel cage.
You can't do that wrestler as it would be. It's not
you do it hell yourself?
No, unfortunately not. No, just a regular tag match, but it's fine. We'll send the cues off to make it more fun.
Well, it's Wrestling rules.
Yeah, but yeah, that was so Samoa Joe and the Big Metal Gorilla were the two survivors.
2-0.
So yeah, you got to think that Samoa Joe has earned himself a title shot there and helping to save the Wrestling Federation. Obviously, we announced the women's division and didn't deliver. No explanation.
No, kind of subject to change.
Can't subject to change. But I've got some important dates for you, Darius.
Go on.
Well, obviously we've got regular Wrestling Federation weekly Wednesday wrestling every Wednesday. But December the 22nd, it's the Wrestling Federation Christmas special.
Oh, Christ.
And I can officially announce the main event will be whoever is the world champion, 1-on-1 in a Wrestling Rules match with Santa Claus.
Wow. Oh my God!
Wow.
Will Santa
and then
become a main beneficiary of Wrestling Around?
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out, won't we?
Red Shoe says he has to earn his place on the roster.
And as I said, we've got the Vince title. We've got the Wrestling Around title. We can't have two world championships. So a Wrestling Around Kingdom on January the 5th. We're going to unify the belts.
Right.
I've got a great creative decision. I won't mention it on the show. I'll tell you.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it for everyone who wants to watch.
That's what's going to happen. But it's going to be two title matches. It's going to be a mini tournament to unify the titles because that's never been done before. You see.
Will the Wrestling Around Wrestling Federation Christmas special be on the same day as the Wrestling Around Christmas special? Is that what we're doing?
Don't know. We'll figure that out.
Yeah. Let's say it is.
Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? It would like that. 22nd. It's a Wednesday. Yeah.
We're going to shave the rest of Terry Peters' body.
Yeah.
So
he looks like the Terry Peters off of the video game.
Love to do it. If I ever catch him sleeping, 100% what I'm doing.
Or shave his entire body. How long are you set it to sleep for?
Well, as he's sleeping, I can just tape him down.
Just get him slippery smooth.
Yeah. Proper close one, you know what I mean? Where he bangs the old shaving cream on afterwards. Not just the clippers.
Good God.
Mach 3, as close as the shave you can get.
Wow.
And polish it off with some Mr. Sheen.
Yeah, imagine getting one of them big buffer things, they use on cars, just to take Peters' chrome dome.
Next time we go away to watch any wrestling, Terry ain't coming, is he? He's going to listen to this.
He's going to listen to this.
And he's going to think, no, I don't want to be bold.
He got much choice, has he?
Yeah.
He's still looking at me.
And if you want me to get a buffer, you're speaking to the right person.
Yeah, I am. Yes. On his old chrome dome. Imagine the shiny Terry Peters. Oh, well, it's not the Halloween special.
You can see every Wednesday on there. Wrestling Federation.
Greasy bald asshole.
That's where everyone's shines. Bald asshole.
Go to Bell Nation and put #greasy bald asshole. And let them know what you think about 10 on the Wrestling Around team. Luckily, they won though, and his 10 meant nothing.
Yeah, but it's a disgrace.
Yeah,
he had such a good babyface run, didn't he? After the whole, beating the Spooky Sky and banishing him, but
banished. Why did John?
Why did John's dead for us? But obviously, with the Vince's losing, there's going to be some mass releases expected in the Wrestling Federation soon.
No, they didn't end the contract, did they? Red Shoes said it has to stop.
But also it means be expecting some more debuts coming up, especially on the Christmas special, where we're going to have an 8-man Christmas gift ladder match.
Winner gets a contract.
Winner gets a contract. 8 new debutants. Yeah,
can't wait for that. So that's in a month, isn't it? That's not just less than a month.
Yeah. Long-term storytelling.
Yeah, we do it. Right, that's the news. That's been the news. Watch us on Wednesday on twitch.tv/wrestlearound. Listen to our podcast on Wednesday where we're covering WCW World War III 1996 because we're all gluttons for punishment.
I enjoyed it.
Of course you did. But find out our views on that. So thank you for joining us, World Class Wrestling Journalist. I'm Franklin.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us, Scoop L. You had one scoop, and I already knew it.
Thank you, Sam.
so, getting better every week. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Join us on Wednesday where we cover WCW World War III 1996.